have denied Lieutenant Hester a pension she worked hard for, a pension that, like every other officer who worked, deserves. And you're denying those benefits to her partner because her partner is not a man.
I got my pension. Most of the officers in the prosecutor's office got their pensions. My wife will get my pension. How about Laurel's pension? She spent 20-some years protecting the citizens of Ocean County.
Raspberry. Incoming.
Incoming.
After spending 25 years of my life fighting for justice for other people, I'm at a point in my life where the only thing that matters is obtaining justice for the woman that I love.
I'd like to call the meeting to order and to welcome everyone to the Ocean County Board of Justice Appeals meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The thing that amazes me the most is, as ill as she is, she's still doing the right thing.
That's right.
Because in law enforcement, we are taught from the day we raise our right hand to do the right thing. There are many devious ways that Ms. Hester could have tricked all of us here and gotten her benefits. But today, she sits here still trying to do the right thing.
Laurel and I worked together for 20 years. She was fearless. She was on raids. She went through the door first. We never asked her about her lifestyle. We loved her. She's a fantastic woman. She deserves something better. Please do something for her. Thank you very much.
My wife and I have been married for 25 years. Our marriage has been sanctified, not from any ceremony that was conducted, but by years of living together, supporting each other, helping each other out, and being there for each other. In this respect, a domestic partnership is no less valid and no less sanctified than our marriage.
What we are talking about here today is no different than separate drinking fountains or a seat in the back of the bus.
That's right.
That's right.
Gentlemen, you have in your hands right here and right now the awesome power to decide whether Laurel Hester will die a peaceful death.
I anguish with this every single day. It hurts me. Many people stood up and they spoke from their heart that hurt them. Well, how do you think I feel? I've always tried to do the right thing. I've always tried to be caring. I've always tried to show compassion. And this is a very difficult thing for me to say, you know something? Why can I do the right thing right now and look at the total picture? And it has not been caused by this Board of Freeholders. It's been caused by the state legislature. They gave a benefit.
You have the option. You have the option. You have the option.
And that's the reason why I listened.
You're not helpless. You have the option. You're not helpless. You can do it. It's in your hands. It's in your power.
I move for an adjournment.
You're not a bystander. It's in your power. You have the power. You have the option.
Shame on you.
It's in your power. It's in your power.
In 2004, New Jersey passed something called the Domestic Partnership Act. In it is a stipulation that allows all gay and lesbian state employees to pass on their benefits, like the pension, onto their domestic partners. The problem for Laurel is that she works for Ocean County. You see, all counties are able to decide on their own whether to allow employees to pass on those benefits. And in this case, the freeholders here in Ocean County have decided not to allow Laurel to pass on her benefits.
You could see the support, you could hear the support building for her, and the freeholders had a different excuse almost every time we asked them about why they weren't moving forward with this.
There were several reasons. Initially, Freeholder Bartlett said it would have to be negotiated in a union contract. Freeholder Kelly didn't believe that it would be the right thing because it would violate the sanctity of marriage. Those were the only responses that were given initially as far as why they did not want to act on it at that time.
There is no doubt in my mind that Stacy deserves my pension. Were it not for the fact that we're not a heterosexual couple, she would receive it.
This isn't just a house. This is a house that Laurel and I built. Between Laurel decorating it and myself fixing it up, I mean, this house is a home. I definitely want to keep our home. Without the pension that Laurel could leave me, I may lose it. I don't make an awful lot. Last year I claimed my taxes, which I just looked at not too awful long ago, was $23,800, which is kind of sad.
That one doctor keeps billing me.
He billed you again? You want to call an insurance company? Yeah, $475, and was billed the date right after 9/02/05. All right, are they really going to call me back, or are you just saying that? Okay.
Stace?
Yes.
I'll pay them $50 a month. I can't afford more than $50 a month.
All right. Yeah, $475, and was billed the date right after 9/02/05. It was just 9/2 and then 9/3, September 2nd and September 3rd.
She loved it. She loved being a cop. And she was so good at it. She had great courage. She was a great marksman. She could hit any target at long distances. She outshot us all, which we didn't like, by the way. And you know, cops are very macho, especially the men. And when a female outshoots them, that's very difficult for them to take.
She'd be the type of person, if I was a criminal, I'd look at, I could knock her over. Boy, would that be a bad decision, because she would not back down.
I was an undercover agent. I was buying heroin. The suspect was a guy who was a convicted murderer on parole. And he found my body mic. And he knew exactly what it was, instantly. And he began to just start taking a step or two backwards. Before I could get to even thinking about drawing a gun, she had the guy tackled.
When I was hired, my chief and my prosecutor knew I was gay. However, they made it very clear to me that they wanted me to keep it to myself, which was fine with me because I was there to work. My #1 goal was to be the detective, the best detective I could be. Last year, I was diagnosed with cancer, lung cancer, stage 3. I have probably less than a year left. My priority with the time that I have left is to spend as much of it as I can with the woman I love, and that's Stacy.
She's everything to me, and she has been everything to me for the last 5 years.
I started developing certain symptoms that my doctor was concerned about. She ordered an MRI. They were looking for evidence of cancer in the brain, and they did find it. I love you. I love you too. Hey, so we need friends. You gotta stop being like this.
How you doing?
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah. If I talk to the prosecutor.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah. And he sends his prayers and his love. I love you.
Thank you.
Take good care of yourself.
Thank you.
Anything. Bless you.
Hi, Dr. Wetstein. This is Stacy Andre. I'm calling on behalf of Laurel Hester. I've been, wow, you remember me, okay. I've gotten your bills, and I've been talking with my insurance company about paying them. Is there a way that I can set up a payment plan to you? Okay. Like, I can send you, like, $150 this month, and I was, like, basically thinking maybe $100 a month until I pay it off. Okay, that'd be great. All right, thank you. All right, Happy New Year to you. Bye-bye.
Spirit, one God, now and forever. Amen. Please be seated. We continue to pray for our sister Laurel Hester. We also pray for patience and courage to embrace the inevitable. Pray for Stacy, for God's strength to dwell with her.
Oh, and this is what came out this morning. Well, I was taking a shower, and every time I put my hands in my head, it would come out.
Do you want to save this, or?
I guess it depends how it looks when you're done.
Do you mind? Same length as yours?
I don't know how to do this, so.
It's not that hard.
You look like when I first met you.
Yeah?
Yeah. I used to love to play with your hair.
I know. I'm gonna grow it in.
And it looks good grown in.
Mm.
But it looks cute like this.
I'm doing the same thing that any heterosexual would be doing. I'm sticking around my woman. Taking care of her till the end. For better or for worse. Sickness and health.
The Monmouth County freeholders have voted to allow domestic partners of gays and lesbians to leave their pensions to their partners. County Administrator Louis Paparazzi says there was no political agenda that led to this decision, but it is in stark contrast to what's happened in Ocean County, where these rights have been denied.
The freeholders were under tremendous pressure. They were getting murdered in the press because they didn't have a good explanation for their refusal.
What we pay employees and the benefits that are extended to employees are part of negotiated contractual settlements. It is not our position to say, yes, we just spend more money.
They came up with some figures that were easily disputed. Someone did a counter study that showed it was significantly less than they estimated. Jack Kelly was telling me that he was opposed to it because it circumvented the marriage law. And I think that was closer to the truth than all the rest of this.
Freeholder Kelly said to me it would violate the sanctity of marriage in his personal beliefs. And he said he did not speak on behalf of all of the board members. He was speaking personally on his own thoughts.
I believe it's one or maybe two of them who have opposed her, and we have the rest standing shoulder to shoulder to present the so-called unified front to the public, the 5-0 or 05, whatever it's going to be, 5 or nothing, and I think that's what's going on here. Most people consider me a pretty conservative guy. I've tended to vote Republican, I think, most of my life. I've never had the occasion, I've never done anything in my life where I've needed to really pay any attention to a lot of social rights, social issues such as this, and especially gay rights issues. But this issue, as it pertains to Laurel, the best partner I ever had, really has hit home with me. I'm working myself to death around the clock, week after week after week after week, to see to it that it changes and she sees justice before she dies.
Do you want any more applesauce? Yeah? No? Okay.
It's impossible, really, to know what it's like to have all these changes throughout your body The knowledge that you're never going to get better, that you're only going to spiral down, is a very difficult thing to accept.
If you want to picture a schmuck, excuse my language because I'm from Brooklyn, make believe that that camera is a schmuck who deserves to be told what you're going through.
You okay? Okay. Do we have to do this or you don't want to do this?
Good afternoon, freeholders. My name is Laurel Hester. Hopefully you remember me from previous freeholder memories. I just wanted to let you know that time is of the essence. All I'm asking for is that you sign the resolution and that you make a change for good, a change for righteousness, and a change in the lives of so many people.
I would like to say, one, we thank you for your presentation. It is certainly a very compelling video, and we thank you for sharing it. Lieutenant Hester has been a very valuable and trusted and loved employee of Ocean County. It is a very heartbreaking story. I don't mind sharing with my family here in Ocean County. I know a little bit about lung cancer myself. My Aunt Sis, she died from lung cancer. And my mother, 3 years ago, had a malignant tumor removed from her lung. So I'm very sensitive to that. We appreciate you being here.
Why can't you pay the domestic partnership pension benefits? I'm at a loss.
No, you're asking the wrong question. It's not a matter of can you pay it. Right? We have money in the bank. We can pay lots of things. It's a question of are you going to pay it? The question is, do you pay benefits? Do you increase the cost of benefits to the County of Ocean absent negotiated contracts? And from my perspective, you don't do that. This is not an issue of an individual. It's an issue of the expenditure of public funds. Not the availability of public funds, but the expenditure of public funds.
When I was a kid in school, we heard about a filibuster. Now I know what it is. I'm outraged. You're talking numbers, and if the woman got married tomorrow or tonight, maybe we'll call her up and tell her to get married, then she'll have her pension. You won't have to worry about the numbers.
You are correct.
So it's all about discrimination. This is a horrific thing you're doing.
Your Aunt Sis and your Aunt, you have my condolences. You know what a
They all
grievous,
spoke. They grew up
desperate.
in World War II.
All right. We're sorry for that. We're sorry for your aunts, but Lieutenant Hester, you can see the clock is ticking for her. Please don't let her die. Don't let her die remembering you saying no. No, you're not good enough. Your 24 years of service was not good enough. The criminals you put away, the lives you saved, was not worth our time.
You're being asked to take action. Not to sit back and hide behind numbers after making public comments that you can't do it because it would defile the sanctity of marriage. 6 other counties in the state of New Jersey have shown you that you have the authority to act, and your inaction is reprehensible. It's all well and good that we can all apologize and say how heartfelt we feel for Lieutenant Hester. Well, put some action behind those words. Show the sincerity. Don't hide behind religious feelings or oppressions, because that's what, no offense, Freeholder Kelly, you're doing.
It was actually misquoted, and I will tell
Well,
you that.
whether it was misquoted or not, it is your statement. No, Mr. Kelly, this is my time.
No, we'll give you your time because I'm going to answer that.
No, Mr. Kelly, the truth of the matter is...
Let me tell you what was said, because I think it is important to set this record straight. I was asked, do I think that gay marriage is a moral issue? I simply said I believe it's a moral issue. I never indicated that I thought that Lieutenant Hester was anything but moral. Over and over. She works in my department. I have said that she has been an extremely valuable employee of this county, and I do believe that.
I think it's unfair and outrageous for anybody to come up here and call these men uncaring, because nobody knows these men personally. It's not easy to come up here and sit up here and for them to take your criticisms gracefully. I think it's unfair, and I just wanted to commend you on everything you've done so great.
Thank you, Jason. That's very nice.
Do you intend to change your minds before Laurel Hester dies, which will be soon?
Does that conclude your question?
Yes.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Seeing none, I'd like to move to end the...
You have the power! 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 You have the power!
What's different this week in terms of your symptoms?
They seem more severe.
Okay, more pain. More pain. So what are you saying to yourself about the changes?
That they're scaring me.
They're scaring you. Yeah, you were scared.
I'm preoccupied with when.
I'm sorry, you're preoccupied with?
When.
When. Okay. And if you knew, how would that help?
I've asked myself that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. What's important to you for now?
Stacy.
The freeholders are reading the papers, they're watching television, they're looking at their emails, and the pressure is just building from every quarter, and the support for their position, it just isn't there.
Rumor has it that the freeholders have called for a special emergency meeting on Wednesday because of all this tremendous pressure they've been under. It was a phone call made by the governor. If she's there in person before the freeholders, it might help to change their mind.
Freeholder Lacey. Here. Freeholder Bartlett. Here. Freeholder McCarry. Here. Director Little. Here.
Good afternoon, and we welcome everyone here today for this special meeting of the Ocean County Board of Chosen Freeholders to discuss the proposal to extend benefits under the provisions of the New Jersey Domestic Partnership Act. From the time our board became aware of Lieutenant Hester's circumstances, all of us have anguished about her health. As Freeholder Director, I have called this meeting because time is of the essence. As everyone knows, and at this time, if members of the board have any comment, Freeholder Vicari.
Thank you, Mr. Director. I would like to make a comment. I received a call from Governor Corzine Friday at my home. We had a lengthy discussion as far as Laurel Hester. He was totally aware of what's taking place. And he expressed his deep concern because of Laurel Hester having terminal illness.
I've always looked at this situation from a rather narrow perspective. To me, public policy has to be set irrespective of personal tragic situations. The phone call that Freeholder Vicari had from Governor Corzine went a very long way to saying to this freeholder that it is appropriate for us to face what has been a difficult situation for many, many, many people.
Could we ask for a motion?
If there are no other comments from members of the Board of Freeholders, I would like to make a motion to pass a resolution to expand pension benefits to county employees under the provisions of the law.
Freeholder Lacey?
Yes.
Freeholder Bartlett?
Yes.
Freeholder Vicari?
Yes.
Director Little?
Yes.
People like Stacy and I are just average people. We're just average people that have a home and a couple dogs and pay our taxes. And we just want everything to be equal.
My friends, we have gathered here this morning to hear a story.